Good morning, my name's Pamela. I'm from Yorkshire in the north of England. Today's video is a little bit of a mishmash of various things. I said on my last video that I'd ordered a couple of new amigurumi books. Well, they arrived yesterday. I've also got a couple of things to show you. They're older things, but I'll tell you why I'm showing you them later. These books that I ordered came about because I was watching Davina from Little Workroom Crafts. She's a great creator. She's multi-talented. She's just amazing. She comes from the southwest in England, and she puts out some really great videos on lots of things. She's into quilting, crochet, knitting. She does some great socks. I wish I could knit socks. I often think, you know, like I'm the northern version of her, except for I haven't got the talent, you know. Anyway, you should go check her out if you aren't already following her, but I bet you are. Right, so she was talking the other day about some books that she'd been and got from The Works. It's a budget bookshop from the UK. I don't know how they do it for the prices they've got. They're all new books. They do some puzzles as well, and they do actually have a couple of craft kits that they sell. Well, not just a couple, a few craft kits. I always forget about them. There is actually one in my local town, and I generally forget to go. Anyway, having watched her video, I thought, oh, wonder if I'll be able to, you know, get some nice amigurumi books from there. Anyway, I didn't have a chance to go down into our local town, and they weren't bound to have them. Not every store stocks everything. So I thought I'll order online. Even with the postage, I've saved £2 each on the price that I would have had to pay on Amazon. So both of these books I'm going to show you were £10 on Amazon, well, £9.99 on Amazon when I looked at it on Wednesday. Now the Works charge £6 each for them, and like I say, with the postage I'm paying just short of £8 each. The first one is Bonnie the Cow and Friends. Now, it's not a new book. It's, I think it said it was, let me just have a look. It's from last year, 2022. The author is Claire Gelder. Now, all these patterns are to do in super chunky yarn. To be honest, I probably won't do that. I will probably do them in a smaller yarn. But they will still come out great, I know they will. Now, when I was looking for this book, I thought I'll see if anybody else has done a review on it. So I found there's a lady, the channel is Lilac Cottage by Michelle. Now, she's actually another northerner. I've never noticed a channel before, but do you know, she's one I'm going to follow. She seems really nice. She's passionate about a few crafts, but she's definitely into crochet. So yeah, I will follow her. So I will put a link to that review that she did of this book. For that reason, I'm not going to go through every pattern in the book, although if you want me to cover more later, just tell me and I will do. Now, the ones that I'm interested in doing are the ones I'm going to show you. Now, the first one, they all, by the way, they pair up. Each pattern has a pair. So those are the first ones I'd like to do. And that one is Finley Dog, who's a Schnauzer, and Elsie the Cat. So that's one that I'd like to do. We've then got Oscar Deer and his partner Daisy Deer. So we've got, that is Oscar. And his partner is Daisy. Daisy Doe. So I'd really like to do that one. I hope you're seeing this. As I explained the other day, I do film to the back of my phone, so I don't see what you're seeing at this stage. The next one I'd like to do is Riley Robin and Rosa Bluetit. So that's that pairing. I don't think they'd probably live happily side by side because robins are known to be fairly solitary, but they're all lovely garden birds anyway. So then the next one that I like is Mary Badger and Finn the Fox. That's that one. And then the last one I'm going to show you is Harry Tufty-Eared Owl and Freya the Barn Owl. So that is those two. I hope I'm maintaining the secrecy of the pattern here. So those, I think they're lovely. I mean, I do actually think there's a forerunner to this book, which I think is Mabel Bunny and Co. It's at the moment I don't seem to be able to get that. I have a feeling that Caroline from Caroline for the Love of Crochet did a pattern from that book. I'm thinking it was a dog, but I'll stand corrected if I'm wrong. But it was huge, you know, and you could tell she just wanted to cuddle it all the time. So, you know, if you do want to do them in the bigger yarns, they're obviously very suitable for it. So that's those. Like I say, if you want me to show you any more, I will do. The next book I got, I can't find anything about this one online, but I think it's from 2017. Like I say, if I'm wrong about any of these things, I am sorry. Yeah, it says first crocheted in 2017, but at the time it was called Crocheted Bears and Other Animals. Now that is this book. Again, £6, but with postage just short of £8. There's a lot of the pictures on the back there. This, I think, there's some lovely patterns in here, and again, they've got a backstory to each one, and I like that they write a little bit about the character. This one is Ronnie Bear and Margot Mouse. That's that one. Then we've got Archie and Boris are dogs, and they're doing a bit of work around the house or garden. Not sure I'd do them in blue, but that's just me. Then we have got bunny rabbits. Caroline would like this. So there's Odge and Whimsy, the rabbits. All these, by the way, seem to have embellishments on them. I've either got a bit of fabric, buttons, which it looks nice, but I don't know if my sewing skills are up to it, to be honest. Then we've got Breeze and Woolly, the owls. I do like owls, I must admit. That's those two. Then we've got, oh, now this one's a lovely one. Brindley the dog, and the puppy is Ralph, and the puppy is adorable. So that one's Brindley and that one's Ralph the puppy. So really, you can probably tell how I'm talking about it. I'll definitely be doing him. I'll just show you. Look at that, he looks like he's digging in the garden. I love that. How gorgeous is that? I shall have to do that one. I don't know how I'm going to get through this list of things that I want to do, you know. Then we've got Teasel the Hedgehog and her home. So they've done like a basket for her to live in. That one. How cute she. We have a visiting hedgehog, you know, that comes to our garden. It's really good because obviously they're endangered in this country now. The numbers are drastically reducing. A lot to do with like farming methods, people not having proper gardens anymore. Obviously people driving like idiots who run over them on the road. So anything we can do to help the wildlife, we must do it. So we are thrilled to bits with it, and this is the 3rd year, and we're assuming it's the same hedgehog, but you don't know for sure, do you? But it's been coming to our garden, so it goes to show if you build what they want, they will come. So please do it, people, please. So next one is Missy Bear and the Bumblebees. So there we go. So there's the bumblebee somewhere up top there, and Missy the Bear. You've got a little carrying a little bag around, and we've got, oh, these are lovely. Yeah, like these. This is Cherry Cat and Blossom Bird. As you'll probably gather from my channel name, my pet of choice has always been cats, but that's not to say I don't like all animals, because I do, and we have had our fair share of dogs in our family, and we even had birds when it was considered acceptable to have them in cages, and then fish, everything. We've had the lot, you know. Then there's this strange item called the tree toppers. It does say that a group of strange-looking creatures arrived on the island one day and made shelters eyeing the tallest trees of Shady Wood Bay. So they collect berries, apparently. So those are the tree toppers. Don't know whether I'll do those or not, because it's something you know, if you're either selling them on a craft stall or you're giving them away, how do you explain them? I don't know. To think about that one. Then this one is Lacy Lamb and Mustard Monkey. I've never actually crocheted a lamb. I've done monkeys, because I did, well, I say monkeys, I know it weren't monkeys. I did orangutans for my nephew's girlfriend. She's besotted by orangutans, and that's a good thing too, because that's another species that needs our help. Then we've got Drift the Turtle and Sail the Fish. Now I know a lot of people do turtles, but I've never done one. I do like it though. Yeah, I could see myself doing one of those. I think that's it, there's just techniques then at the end. So yeah, now the other thing about these two books, they are in UK terms. Both of these books are in UK terms. Now, personally, when I was growing up and I first learnt to crochet, my great aunt just taught me to crochet. The terms were obviously UK terms, but we didn't talk about it like that then. They were just stitches, you know. It's only when I came back to crochet about, well, it's between 2 and 3 years, maybe a bit longer, I don't know. But when I came back to crochet, that's when I first started noticing people saying this, you know, this tutorials in UK terms, or this tutorials in US terms. I thought, what are you on about? Anyway, when I started looking at the books and everything, sure enough, you have to do the conversion. Now, I would say now I'm bilingual as far as crochet goes. I can just switch from one to the other, no problem. If we're talking like in US terms, we're talking about the stitches I up, the tall stitches, like, you know, double trebles and all those. I do have to look them up as to how many times I'm putting the yarn over and things like that. But, you know, generally speaking, you can pick up anything, can't you, if you want to, and it's just with practice, repeating it over and over and over again, and you can switch between one and the other. Having said all that, I do find it comforting when I get a pattern in UK terms, because it's going back to what I first learned. So, you know, it's just a comfortable feeling that I'm back with what I started with. But US terms are like second nature to me as well. I don't really know why we've got 2 lots of stitches. It's bizarre, that, isn't it? Because all our histories are interwoven in some way, shape or form, and we definitely got connections with the US. So how come we ended up with 2 lots? I don't know. But anyway, there it is, and I suppose it all adds to the fun in life, doesn't it? So yeah, but yes, I am pleased that I've got a couple of books with UK terms. It's really comfortable. Anyway, I'm going on to something else now. When I was talking about the Amigurumi Made Easy book by DIY Fluffies, Mariska Vos-Bowman, a lovely lady who's been, this is only my 6th video, by the way. It's not like it's, you know, I haven't been doing it for years and years. But there's a lovely lady who's at Boxer Dog's mom. She's a UK resident. I think she said she lives in North Wales. Now, she said she's been commenting on my videos from the first one, and she's been wonderfully supportive. Now, she said that she's bought that book, Amigurumi Made Easy, and she says her daughter wants Ooty the owl. Well, funnily enough, apart from the snake I showed you on my last video, the only other one I've done is Ooty the owl. So I thought I'd get it out of the box, because he's either going to charity or he's going to a craft stall. I don't know which yet. So I'd actually is the only other one that I've done. So there's Ooty. There we go. And I think he's really good fun, this one. I wish I'd brought the book with me now. It's in another room, but in the pattern it's done in a purple yarn, but you can really do anything you want, can't you? I did this on the back of doing the coronation cow from Made by Anita, and that it was a collaboration she did with Serdar. And basically you followed, I think it was 6 weeks altogether, and you built up a blanket ahead of the coronation of King Charles III. And I'll show you it sometime, but I think there's plenty of people have actually shown it on YouTube. But yeah, I actually love doing that, but I did it on the back of that, so I had a lot of like yarns to use up. So I had an acrylic phase of doing amigurumis. This was the first one. So this I've had to bring my book with my records of what I've done them in, otherwise I can't remember. So I did this one. The body is done in Ayfield bonus in lime again. I don't like lime. DK. Now Ayfield is now under the realm of Serdar. Like I said to you before, it is a budget yarn, but not altogether always happy with it, but it you know, majority of the time it does work well. And it did work well for the blanket. I would have preferred actually if that blanket had been done in better yarn, but I can see why they did it. It made it more available to everybody using a cheaper yarn, so I totally get why they did that. If I were to do it again, I'd probably buy a different yarn to do the pattern with, but that's just me. I'm not a snob by any means, but I do like, you know, mid-range rather than, you know, cheap range. Not to say that there's not some good cheap yarns, because there are, definitely. Anyway, that's, like I say, Serdar Ayfield bonus. I should give it its full name now. In lime. The feet, I actually used a pattern from a different one for the feet, because I didn't like the way they were done. Well, they were okay, but I just wanted to get them done. So I'd done the round birdie pattern, which was a free pattern well, I say free pattern, it was in a Simply Crochet magazine supplement, which was just on amigurumi. So, but I like how they're done, so I will use them for birds again. Now, so I did that, and they're done in Woolcraft, which, like I say, is another budget yarn, and I am totally not against budget yarns. A lot of them are good. So I did those, and it's just yellow, is that. The wings, ears, eyes are all done, and the tail are all done in James C. Brett Party Time Rainbow Stripes. This was half intentionally, but it did start to work out that way. When I was doing the eyes, the middle bit was in the white part, and the outer bit was in single colours from the stripes, so it worked out really well. And I wanted him to be this multicoloured hodgepodge. You know, I do like bright colours. A lot of my projects are done this way. And then the wings, the ears and the tail, I just let it go as it came out of the yarn ball. So, and then you just do a few little V's for his front feathers on the nose. The beak is done in the same yarn as the feet. So I don't know, what do you think to that, Boxer Dogs Mum? You'll have to tell us if you make him yourself for your daughter. You really should. It's not a bad pattern to do at all. Obviously some positioning with the sewing on you have to do, but apart from that, it's a nice straightforward pattern. Well, all DIY fluffies ones I think are followable. So yeah, go for it, is what I say. And tell us what colours you use as well, that would be great to know. Now then, while I was looking in my box from the projects that I did, I know Cassandra from Craftably Ever After, she features every other week a free pattern Friday. Well, I like to try and get hold of free patterns as well, although I love to support the creators who make the patterns. But this is one that I did from a free pattern, and this Humpty Dumpty, and this one is from Signet Yarns. It's really easy to get the patterns off the site. It does a lot of free patterns, and a lot of them are amigurumi toys. Just watch out for the fact that some of them are knitted if you only want crochet. But yes, you go on there, you can, it's no fuss downloading. You don't have to register on the site at all. You just click on it and it downloads if you want it to. You just press OK to download it. So yeah, go for it. And this one was done again. I was using up the Airfield bonus from the blanket that I did. So the bottom one is in cornflower. The top one it's still an Airfield bonus. I had to buy a skin tone to go with the acrylic, so this one's in biscuit. The middle band, I thought I'll give him a stripy jumper, and the middle band is it was called Stylecraft You and Me, and it's made to feel like cashmere. It's a beautiful yarn. I've got a few different colours in that. I bought it from when they had at the mill they have in Slaithwaite in Huddersfield. The local say Slowit, by the way. You don't say Slaithwaite in Slowit. And you go to they usually have 4 a year, but they've just missed one in August. But there'll be another one in November. And you go there and you can get like seconds or end of lines or whatever. These in the You and Me were actually trial packs that they put out to customers. So, and they were selling those off. I've got so many colours in that, and they're beautiful. And then the cheeks were in a paint box yarn. That one was in Sky Mar, which was a Airfield bonus. The feet are the Stylecraft Special DK in Mocha, and I used a bit of cream in the Airfield bonus to do the shoelaces. the eyes I think were, yeah, 12mm eyes, and I used a 2.75mm yarn. So I don't know, what do you think to him? Oh, and that was the white in the well, a scrap they had was that white. It will have been either Woolcraft or Stylecraft. So yeah, that's that one. I forgot to say, actually, I did this fella as well. I did him in I did him with a 2.75mm hook, and his eyes are 18mm, and it's the first time that I used such a large eye, and I had great fun getting those eyes through a tightly stitched body. I virtually got the hammer out in the hammer. No, I didn't have to get the hammer out, but honestly, really had to push through. So I hope you're interested in that. I think that's it for today. I hope I haven't prattled on too much and annoyed you there. But anyway, so it's been lovely to talk to you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you.